I think I just reached a point where I no longer wanted to find luggage that was created for a different kind of use and then see how I could adapt it for my use case, but rather get something that was purpose built for carrying motorcycle riding gear, but still versatile enough to be used in multiple other scenarios. This monstrosity of a bag here is the OGIO Trucker Gear Bag. Look at the wheels on this. This is my new riding gear bag. The OGIO bags in general and the Trucker especially are like iconic gear bags globally. I've had my eyes on it for a very long time. I've borrowed a friend's and tried it out. I've seen a lot of people carrying it. And I've always wanted to add it to my kit. It took me a while to get here, but eventually pulled the trigger, bought it, and I was excited. I put up some stories on Instagram. Several people asked me questions about it. Hopefully some of you are watching this video here. Now you could look at the Trucker and see nothing more than an oversized duffel bag. But when you start looking at it more closely is when you understand like the nuances and the design touches that set it apart. It's built overall out of a really high denier material, which means high abrasion and tear resistance. It's reinforced in all of the corners. It has rails at the bottom so that when you put the bag down, it doesn't touch the ground. It has these crazy like off-road oriented all-terrain wheels, essentially meaning that you can drag this confidently on all kinds of terrain, unlike traditional wheels that you see on most suitcases, which are designed for more controlled environments. It has multiple grab handles, one on the top. It has this massive grab handle at the bottom made of plastic, which also doubles up as a stand that keeps the bag upright. And it also has these two grab handles on the top of the bag, which are essentially designed so that you can grab the bag and lift it up and put it on the back of a truck. Broadly speaking, this bag has 4 large compartments, 2 mesh pockets, and then what they call a boot locker and a helmet locker. The helmet locker has an internal soft lining that again is really large. Like you can fit an adventure helmet with the peak on, and there is still room to spare. It's also accessible from the outside if you want to pull your helmet out without actually opening up the bag, which is kind of convenient. But truth be told, I don't see myself using that helmet locker too much. I don't think it can protect a helmet against the abuse that's handed out in like an airport, the way they handle luggage in an airport. So for a helmet, what I do and what I will continue to do is to carry it in a separate helmet bag. So initially I used to carry the bag that you get free with your helmet, which is like a basic fabric cloth bag. That kind of a thing doesn't really protect your helmet at all, and it's not very convenient to carry. But getting a good helmet bag is not too expensive. I've been using the Vyaterra helmet bag for nearly 3.5-4 years now. It's a really nice bag. It's very well padded. It has an internal pocket. It has an additional fleece lining to protect the part that sits over the visor. And it accepts a street helmet like super easily. Zip it up. It has a grab handle. It has a shoulder strap that you can attach. So it's super convenient. So even after I've got this bag, I think I will still continue to carry my helmet in that helmet bag. I could consider the possibility of putting the helmet in the helmet bag and then fitting it into this bag, but I'm not sure whether I'll do that, right? On the other side of the bag, that boot locker is really massive. It's designed to hold tall boots. I'm currently using these short Revit Scout H2O boots, so there's a lot of space to spare. So the way I see myself using this is that on the journey up to wherever I'm going, I will put in my boots, maybe another pair of shoes, my gloves, and all sorts of other gear, rain liners, things like that. I'm not too fussed about what all goes in with my boots because they're clean. But on the journey back, I would probably use this segregated area for all of the dirty gear and use like the other pockets for clean stuff that I don't want contaminated with the dirt from the riding itself. So basically this bag is really massive and it's well designed to accept your riding gear and then give you space to carry a lot more of the other stuff that you will also need whenever you go on a motorcycling trip. I think it's about 110 liters capacity, but it's a soft bag, so that's a little bit flexible. The website said 110 liters, but I don't entirely believe that because the Lazy Ass Bikers website said the bag weighs 3 kgs empty, but when I weighed it, it's about 5.2 kgs, and then when I looked at it on their own label, it says that the bag is about 4.9 kgs. So lazy ass bikers, I think you need to update your website. That information is slightly wrong. But even at 5.2 kgs, which is what it showed on my weighing scale, this bag is lighter than other large bags that I've carried. I think that's a good segue to talk about all of the types of luggage that I've tried carrying before this that led me to want to get something better or something as expensive as this. Like most motorcyclists out there, I started initially carrying my gear with whatever I had, which was like this 10-year-old duffel bag. It was a medium-sized duffel bag because I find large duffel bags are large problems because whenever you don't have access to a trolley, they can be really, really cumbersome to carry around. But using a smaller size duffel bag meant that I either needed 2 duffel bags to be able to fit most of my motorcycling gear and then all of my other gear as well, or I had to put most of my stuff into the duffel bag but wear most of the riding gear whenever I was getting on a plane or doing that, which meant I was wearing my riding jacket, wearing my riding boots, carrying a whole bunch of extra gear in my backpack and basically trying to game the system, which is something that probably everybody's done, but there's no denying that it's inconvenient and cumbersome and it's a nightmare to go through security. Just not fun. The first better solution that I found was a gear bag from Viaterra, which was fairly inexpensive, I think under 2,000 rupees, and it's purpose built to carry your jacket, your pants, the armor, maybe space for a few liners. It's not super spacious to accept much more, but it definitely carries all of this gear really well. Eventually it all folds up together and gets zipped up into a nice compressed package that has a grab handle, that has a shoulder strap, very comfortable to carry, and you can check in your gear except your boots. Your boots will still probably be a problem, but the combination of that gear bag and a medium-sized duffel bag or a small trolley with my backpack and helmet bag was like my go-to combination for a long time. The challenge is, of course, you need to pay for extra weight and for extra bag. So eventually I decided that it might be better to just get one large bag. If you're looking for a more affordable option of something similar, then maybe you could check out something like a cricket gear bag, cricket kit bag. Some of them have wheels, they're quite large from what I've seen. They won't be compartmentalized and have some of the features that a bag like this has. Like I said, I was not in a place anymore where I wanted to take something that was built for a different kind of use and then try to adapt it to my use. I really wanted something that was purpose built for what I wanted to do, which could then be used in many other less demanding scenarios. I hope that some of the things that I've shared with you during the course of this video will be helpful. But if you're at the same place as I am in your head, or if you have a little bit more money to spend, then you might want to check out the Trucker. It's definitely a really, really good gear bag.